Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Lessons at Fingertips. Here we discuss on some important topics in really simple words so that it's easier for you all to understand and keep things in mind. Today our topic of discussion is going to be a very important part in marketing especially. So that is known as Potter's 5 forces model. So basically what happens in the market is that, there are certain scenarios. This Potter 5 forces model actually states that especially in an industry, in a business, what happens is that there are certain forces that influences the market or the industry. Okay. And those forces, we will be discussing about those particular 5 forces which actually affects the industry or the market, and based on which a particular industry, a particular business will strategize certain, their activities. How are they going to perform? Okay. Now, do not confuse between strategies and the steps. Okay. Why I will tell you? Because suppose our business is willing to be unique. Okay. It's willing to have a sustainable profit, sustainable growth. So that is the strategy of the particular company, that it wants a sustainable growth, a sustainable profit. Now to achieve this strategy, they are going to follow certain steps. What happens is that we tend to confuse these steps as the strategies, but it is not. The strategy of the company is to have a sustainable growth or a sustainable profit or a comparative advantage in the market. Now, to get that comparative advantage, they are going to follow certain steps. Those steps are not strategies. Those steps are the procedures that needs to be followed while they are having some strategy, fulfilling some strategy. Now, this is a strategy. What strategy they are going to take, what are the steps they are going to take, depends on the market structure. And that again depends on these different 5 forces. Okay. So, let's first read this, that what is this, Potter's 5 force model. So, first of all, the 5 force model identifies and analyzes, right, 5 competitive forces that shapes every industry and helps in determining its strengths and weaknesses. The SWOT analysis of every industry. Okay, that can be done by this 5 force model of Potter. Next is it is used to identify industry structure to determine its corporate strategy. Right, as I said you, every industry, every business will have their own corporate strategy. Now, to achieve that corporate strategy, you need to understand what are the market forces that is driving the market, isn't it? So, to understand that, we can use this Potter 5 force model. Next is, this model includes what 5 undeniable forces that plays a part in shaping every market. Okay, so what is the market structure going to be? How the industries are going to work? What particular strategy is going to be applicable for the business or the industry? So that we can go through from this 5 force model. So let's take a brief discussion on what are the 5 different forces. First of all is, let me tell you, the customers plays a very important role in an industry. What kind of customers you have? Secondly, who are the suppliers, right, of your product? So, if you have less number of suppliers, right, so your control on that particular, business is less. Why? Because your input cost becomes more. Because it's the control of the suppliers now. Because suppliers के पास unique products है. The suppliers that you have, you are dealing with some unique products, and those unique products are given by those particular suppliers. So, if those particular suppliers are charging, more money from you, then you are bound to give that, isn't it? You have less control on it. Okay, so ये हो गया suppliers का part. Third is what? Substitutes available in the market. That is again a problem, right? Threat of substitute. if the market consists of the products that you are dealing with, there are available substitutes, then your control on that market, on that kind of industry again reduces. Fourth is what? Threat of other firms to enter into the market. What if other, the entry, we have read in economics also what kind of market it is. Okay, to describe what kind of market it is, we see there is this threat of entry and exit. Okay, whether a particular new business can easily enter into the market or it cannot enter into the market, there is barrier, what kind of situation it is. Okay, so for that we this also again becomes another criteria, that what kind of situation is there in the market. Is it easy to enter into the market for a particular industry, or is it difficult? Is it the barriers are more or no? Okay, and the last one is competition in the industry. Okay, what are the existing firms that are there in the industry? So these are the 5 different forces that we are going to discuss. So the competition in the industry, what does this imply? Larger the competitors, less power of the company, isn't it? When you have more number of competitors, that means what? कस्टमर्स को सप्लाई करने के लिए, कस्टमर्स को सेटिस्फाई करने के लिए, देयर आर मोर नंबर ऑफ पीपल इन द मार्केट जो कि सेम प्रोडक्ट सेल कर रहे हैं. तो योर पावर, अ पर्टिकुलर इंडस्ट्री का पावर, पर्टिकुलर बिजनेस का पावर रिड्यूसेस, है ना. एज अ सेलर योर पावर विल बी रिड्यूसिंग. यू कैन नॉट चार्ज मोर प्राइस. व्हाई? बिकॉज अदर कंपटीटर्स है. सेम तरह के प्रोडक्ट्स इफ दे आर सेलिंग at lower cost, so you need to make sure why the customers are going to stick to you, है ना. So this again becomes first force. This is the first force, that is competition in the industry. Larger the competitor, lesser is the power. Second is what? Potential of new entrants into the industry. जैसे मैंने बोला, free entry और exit है कि नहीं, ठीक है, barriers है कि नहीं. So if you have a free entry, see, when the market is having free entry, means what? You as a new firm, if you want to enter into the market, you need less time, you need less money. उतना परेशान होने का जरूरत नहीं. So that means what? आपका input cost कम हो रहा है. आपका input cost कम हो रहा है, तो you can easily go into the market, charge the same level of prices. Being a new entrant, still you can charge the same level of prices as per the already existing business or firms, and you can give a competition to them, है ना. So this again becomes a potential of new entrants into the market. अब इसका क्या होता है? 6 major sources of barriers होते हैं. If there are barriers, तो 6 major sources of barriers है. What are the 6 major sources? First is what? Economies of scale. What do you understand by this? Simple term. We know that whenever you are entering into the market, or suppose, what does this term implies? If you are going and purchasing 1 kg of some commodity, the price that you are charging, definitely if you buy 10 kgs of that commodity, you will be charging lesser than that. ठीक है, पर केजी का प्राइस भी कम हो जाता है. इफ यू आर गोइंग फॉर 100 kgs, तो पर केजी का प्राइस और भी कम हो जाएगा. 1000 kgs, पर केजी का प्राइस और कम हो जाएगा. सो दैट एक्चुअली हैपेंस कि होलसेलर से, suppose you are going and buying from a retailer, you are taking 1 kg, 5 kg, maximum 10 kg. इससे ज्यादा आप कुछ खरीदते नहीं हो, being a just a purchaser, कॉमन कस्टमर. बट रिटेलर्स जब होलसेलर से खरीदेंगे, वो और होल लॉट में खरीदेंगे, ज्यादा लॉट में, तो उन लोगों का थोड़ा खर्चा कम पड़ेगा. अब होलसेलर्स जो फार्मर्स से खरीदते हैं, दे विल बी परचेसिंग इन मच लार्जर क्वांटिटी, तो उन लोगों का पर यूनिट कॉस्ट और कम हो जाता है ना. सो दैट इज व्हाट इकोनॉमीज ऑफ स्केल. तो ये एक बैरियर बन जाती है कभी कभी. दैट व्हाट हैपेंस इज दैट एज अ न्यू एंट्रेंट, you know that now if you need to enter into the market, you will have to buy the products at a much larger amount, so that आपको economies of scale का advantage मिले. ठीक है, अदरवाइज इफ यू आर एंटरिंग, देन योर पर यूनिट कॉस्ट काफी ज्यादा हो जा रहा है, एंड दैट टाइम यू कैन नॉट एक्ट एज अ गुड कंपटीटर फॉर द एग्जिस्टिंग फर्म्स, बिकॉज योर इनपुट कॉस्ट इज मोर नाउ. Second is what? Product differentiation. Another important thing. Same type of industry में when you are entering, already existing firms है जो कि market को capture करके बैठे हैं. Now if you are entering, you need to show them that although I am selling the same type of product, my products are somewhere different. Now to show that, again you will have to incur some extra cost. So that again becomes a product differentiation. क्योंकि अगर आप एकदम ditto product sell कर रहे हो, तो why will the customers come to you? They won't be coming to you. You need to make something innovative in the same line of product, right? So that again becomes a hurdle. Third is capital requirements. When you are entering into an established market with established firms ruling in the market, so your capital requirement will be needed more, because customers, आप किसी business में जाओगे, किसी firm में जाओगे, you will see what are the capital they are having, how much is the, कितना क्या है नहीं है, तो we do see all those things, है ना. और कुछ भी करने के लिए, सपोज प्रोडक्ट डिफरेंशिएट कर रहे हैं या इकोनॉमीज ऑफ स्केल कर रहे हैं, कैपिटल रिक्वायरमेंट ज्यादा होती है. एंड दिस अगेन बिकम्स अ हर्डल, बिकॉज एवरी टाइम्स इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल फॉर अ न्यू फर्म टू हैव दैट मच ऑफ कैपिटल इन हैंड. ओके, नेक्स्ट इज व्हाट कॉस्ट डिसएडवांटेजेस independent of size. When you are becoming some firm independent of size, you will have cost disadvantage, है ना. Next is access to distribution channel. Being a new entrant, you should have a proper distribution channel so that you can reach to your target customers. You should also have a proper distribution channel ताकि suppliers से आपके पास सामान easily पहुंच सके, आपसे customers तक easily पहुंच सके, है ना. So these are process, this supply chain, this distribution channel should be very clear enough, because already जो markets already firms जो है उस market पे, they are already having distribution channel and they are having their own customers. So you need to make your own customers as well as gather some more. So for that you need a clear distribution channel. And the last one is government policies. Sometimes again government policies becomes a hurdle, क्योंकि government बोल देता है कि in this market no more new entrants should be there, और अगर होता भी है तो these categories should be they should be fulfilling. So these kind of policies can again become a hurdle. So this was a potential of new entrants into the industry. Third one is power of suppliers. जैसा I said कि if the inputs are unique, तो आपके suppliers भी unique हुए, तो you cannot have a force on your on your business. आपका हैंड नहीं होता अपने बिजनेस पे उतना. वाई? बिकॉज नाउ यू कैन नॉट शिफ्ट इजीली टू द न्यू सप्लायर्स, बिकॉज मार्केट में उतने सप्लायर्स भी नहीं है, है ना. यू डोंट हैव मच चॉइस. इफ दे हैव मेनी सप्लायर्स तो क्या हो जाती है, कॉस्ट ऑफ स्विचिंग टू न्यू सप्लायर्स या कॉस्ट ऑफ इनपुट्स काफी कम हो जाती है. एंड देन व्हाट हैपेंस, यू कैन कीप मोर प्रॉफिट फॉर विद योरसेल्फ. नेक्स्ट इज व्हाट पावर ऑफ कस्टमर्स. ये भी एक इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है. अगर स्मॉलर एंड मोर पावरफुल क्लाइंट बेस होता है, मीन्स दैट ईच कस्टमर हैज मोर पावर टू नेगोशिएट. ठीक है, दैट इज अगर द कस्टमर्स आर वेरी लेस नंबर ऑफ कस्टमर्स है, ठीक है, कस्टमर बेस काफी स्मॉल है, सो नाउ दे हैव मोर पावर टू नेगोशिएट विथ यू, बार्गेन विथ यू. यू डोंट हैव दैट मच पावर. अगर आपको पता है कि यार ये कस्टमर नहीं है, ठीक है, आई हैव मेनी अदर कस्टमर, माय कस्टमर बेस इज वेरी बिग, सो यू डू नॉट नीड टू नेगोशिएट, यू डू नॉट नीड टू बार्गेन with a particular customers, है ना. एक चला के I will get more. So that is again power of customers. And the last one is the rate of substitute product. No close substitute means more power to the company. So these were the 5 different forces that actually influences a market, influences an industry to have a proper strategy. What kind of strategy they are going to choose, what are the processes they are going to follow, that all things depends on this 5 forces, Porter's 5 forces model. So this was all about Porter's 5 forces model. I hope you guys have liked this video. Please do hit a like and subscribe to my channel for more such informative videos. Thank you. Bye bye.